With a beautiful week of weather ahead, Sherry and I decided to head up to Bellingham to a place called Boulevard Park. The goal really was to pick up a couple of lattes and just check out the facilities up there for boating. And here you can see where it's actually located. You can see as we left the marina that there was virtually no wind. This was going to be a day that we just motor, which is fine. We just love being out on the water.
Yeah. This is the Marches Point Petroleum Refinery. This is where the crude is offloaded, refined fuel is unloaded.
The water coming out of that.
Yeah. Makes you wonder why he's pumping water, unless they were using it as ballast, in which case you have to wonder what organisms are in that water.
Here we're rounding the easternmost tip of Guimes Island and starting our heading pretty much north from here toward Bellingham. This is the view looking west out of Guimes Channel toward Rosario Strait.
So all of these ships here are waiting to take on fuel oil. You can see that they're riding a bit high still, and once these tankers are full, you won't see that water line anymore. It's usually right down to the wire. We're just moving past Samish Island here. That's petroleum refinery in the background there.
Well, we thought for a moment or two that we might get the sails up. In the end, the wind died again.
Well, the main looks nice.
It's about a 2-hour trip by motor to head up to Bellingham, and as we approached, we decided we'd give the mooring line a try. As we approached the linear mooring buoys, we noticed that they were actually laying in the water. They're supposed to be a couple of feet off the water so that they're easier to grab and put your bow and stern lines through. Unfortunately, these were actually touching the water. All of the lines were pretty low, so we went ahead and did kind of a circle like a dog looking for a place to lay down, and basically came back to the starting point and decided we'd do what we could to grab those buoys. It's really unfortunate that our buoy catcher, buoy grabber, whichever you want to call it, is slightly too small to grab these rings on the linear mooring lines. They're about an inch diameter, and the buoy catcher can only grab something that's about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. But we did what we could.
Now we're getting blown out pretty fast. Yeah. Let's try walking it back. I need something taller than this.
I think you're going to need it looser than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
While it took a little extra effort, we were eventually able to tie off to the linear mooring buoys, but as you can see them floating in the water there, it makes them extremely difficult to get a hold of and then run a line through. It's something the state really needs to address. Once we were tied off to the linear moorage, we dropped the dinghy, and I just kind of felt like rowing, so we didn't bother mounting the outboard, and I just rowed us over to the dock. The dinghy dock is only about 300 yards away, maybe 400 yards, so it's not much of a row, but it's a lot of fun. Here you can see a lot of the boats that either moor out or anchor out fairly permanently along the bay there. This is probably the strangest dinghy dock we've ever come into because it's almost like a docking bay.
Climb over me.
This is ridiculous.
I agree. You step out on the side. Makes for good video.
Yeah, I mean, like, thingy there. Actually, let me just tie you up.
Okay. Why don't you tie the dinghy up instead?
Oh, well.
Hey, Cher, see that? It's on Google Earth, the building. Isn't that insane?
Oh.
Come on.
Did you want to get those people in the water?
Oh. Got them. Oh, look at the boats. I think that's a one design race, Cher. They're people who are basically... Oh. Can you see our boat from here? Oh, here's an interesting object.
We've got that one.
Yeah, I know.
After grabbing a couple of lattes, Sherry and I decided to wander the park, and eventually we found a nice bench to sit on and just enjoy the scenery and watch the people and look at the boats going back and forth. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I don't get how they get in that water.
Let's just sit on this bench here.
Sure. The water is so cold.
It must be really hot. That's how I do it.
Yep. Okay.
We enjoyed the park and our lattes for a while, and then decided to stroll back to the dinghy dock and our boat. It was about time to head back to Anacortes. We finally got a little bit of wind for the return trip, and were able to sail all the way back to Cap Sante Marina. A few weeks after sailing up to Bellingham on our boat, we decided to go back to Wood's Coffee and grab another latte and check out Boulevard Park as the fall colors were just starting to emerge. We also wanted to check Chuckanut Drive, which basically follows the coastline as you head back toward Anacortes.
Look at the wave action down here.
Yeah, look at that. It's unusual, babe. So this is basically coming out down off the Strait of Georgia. Look at this. So we're looking out at the San Juan Islands in the distance, and this is Bellingham. It's the Bellingham Marina. You can see all the masts sticking up over there. Wood's Coffee Shop. In fact, we're gonna grab a couple of lattes before we head back to the boat. So the noise you're hearing in the background is some machine. I think they're ripping out trees, putting in some paths, and we've got probably 15-20 knots coming out of the west, as usual.
Oh, look at these.
Yeah, these are the ones I took photos of because they were so amazing. Isn't that something?
Yeah, I wish I could get some seeds of them.
So actually I was wrong. The noise that you were hearing was from they're working on the railroad. Like the old song, I've been working on the railroad.
Maybe they clear the gravel away from the rails.
Yeah, they must be
Nice.
making sure all the new rail looks good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Let that guy go. A little faster than mid-19th century. Yeah. Well, anyway, so this is Sherry and I suspect that a lot of people are actually living on board here while they go to school at the university.
Maybe a few. I don't.
Maybe a few, not a lot. But from here, it's only a 2-hour sail to get to Susha, as an example. In the winter?
Fall or winter, actually.
Were you with me that time?
That looks like John's boat.
It does. Were you with me when it was the winter time and there was a wind like this, and the boat kept heeling over farther and farther, and I was using the fending pole, and I was beating the snow off the sails because there was snow coming down and catching in the sails.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
It was miserable. It was on the Seabone.
Oh. Yeah, that looks like John's boat.
Yeah. John's was a little bit larger than that one. That's a
I
small.
don't think so. Yeah. Looks like it.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Is that an anchor marker there, that orange, or is that maybe for a what do you call it?
He may have
Bridle of some sort.
he probably has got a something down there. I'm guessing he's marked. He's probably dumped something, like a 300-pound block of concrete, so he didn't have to worry about yeah. So this is a dock, by the way, that we bring the dinghy into, and this is a mooring field here, and I'm hoping good anchorage here. I haven't seen any boats have trouble. We've never seen them drag.
No. Of course, this place can really kick up wind-wise. I mean,
Yeah.
we might have some real issues with it.
So
Or in November.
I'll try and take a closer look, but you can see the far side over there. You'll see those cans. Those are it's linear moorage, and the linear moorage, and it still looks like it is. It's kind of so low that it's sitting on the water surface, so it doesn't make it very easy to grab. You see that, Cher?
Yeah, look at this. Anchor dinghy.
Interesting. Maybe. So as you can see, they're setting the ties, and back here, I don't know if you can tell the difference between the old stone and gravel and the new stone and gravel. What they've managed to do is rebuild the track.
So for the second time in less than a month, we grabbed another latte, and we decided we'd head down to a bench and just kind of watch the goings on again. Just a lot of fun. Maybe it's something that happens when you get older. You just like watching things.
I believe that's part of the mainland, but when you get down, I think right about there, we're looking south there.
Oh yeah.
That's the end of the mainland, and then
Really?
Lummi Island's on the far side, and that's the Hale Passage comes up on the other side of it. And Hale Passage starts or stops right about a quarter mile south of where you see that Cherry Point,
Right.
and then you head basically from there. You're just heading straight off to Susha. And they say Susha from here is only about 2 to 2.5 hours by sailboat.
Someday I would like to drive all the way west and see how far you can go.
Okay.
On the mainland. Hey, look over there. What is that? Is that
You mean the stuff, the steam?
is that steam?
Yeah, like a power plant?
I wonder if they're still doing paper there. They used to do paper,
It
but that
could
might
be.
have been over there.
Yeah.
Boy, that used to smell bad when they did the paper mill.
I wonder if that's, it looks like concrete.
Oh, is it?
It might have been an old concrete plant. That could be a paper because it's steaming there. See that?
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
Used to smell like old tuna fish. That was horrible. Didn't even want to breathe on it.
So look at that guy go in this nice wind.
Yeah.
After sitting on our park bench for a while, we took off down Chuckanut Drive, which follows the coast and basically comes into Anacortes through some back roads. It was only about, I'm guessing maybe less than 30 minutes to get all the way back to the boat. So it's a fun drive, beautiful scenery all the way.
Oh my gosh, that poor guy. Isn't that like a drop off there?
It is. You notice he's not backing up any farther.
Right.
It wouldn't be Washington State if we didn't immediately come up with some road construction in our way, but it was only a few minutes of delay, and this was actually the only delay we had heading all the way back into Anacortes. As we drove south through the winding road, we were trying to find a spot where we could kind of show the islands in the distance. Basically, because the road follows along a cliffside, all of the homes that are built to take advantage of the view basically stand in the way of seeing the water from the road. But we did find a few places that we're able to show you a view. Driving the winding roads was a lot of fun, and I hope someday to take my Harley along this road just kind of because it's so curvy and it's got some really wonderful turns and twists that anyone who rides a bike can appreciate how nice that is, how much fun it is. Chuckanut Drive here. There's 2 more cars in it.
What a view. It's gorgeous.
That's something. Okay.
See,
After it shocked you?
no, it didn't shock me. It just sparked.
Anyway, so we're looking good. We hung up a couple Lucy lights for next time we come up. Found out this little pot will work beautifully with our new Keurig. And I think we're ready to go.
Cool.
We've opened things. We've got, did you put the, yep. We are looking good. Oh, now we need to put all the propane into that thing and bring it home.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this will stay up here, I think, till October maybe or something. And then we'll take just these two things. We'll leave the other batteries for now. After organizing things on the boat for the fall, we took our leave of Cap Sante Marina and headed home to prepare some dinner. Great day.